Well, the teams are entering the pitch now for the first home game of the National League season. It's an all different looking Gateshead side, but it's still the Heed Army. Pardon me, got a frog in my throat. But the Gateshead team is this: Ainsley Pears, Robbie Tinkler, Jack Hunter, Fraser Kerr, Greg Ollie, Luke Armstrong, Cameron Selkeld, John Mellish, J.J. O'Donnell, Tom White and Scott Bowden. And the Gateshead substitutes are Mark Foden, Connor Thompson, Lewis Maloney, Elliot Forbes and Tom Devitt. So it is all about to start here. And I apologise, I've got a little bit of frog in my throat just as we're about to start. Well, it'll be interesting to see how Salford do, because as I say, they've been talked about as being the big boys, big spending, but it's their first season in the National League. They had a 1-1 draw with Leighton Orient 2 or no pushovers, so tonight is going to be a real test, isn't it?
Yeah, it's just going to be a real test, obviously against the big spenders in this league. I know I watched them on Saturday, and to be honest, I thought Leighton Orient were the better team on Saturday, so we'll see now what they come out like today. Hopefully they play the same way they did on Saturday, and hopefully we can keep the way we're playing, being positive, being energetic as a young team we have, and hopefully for a positive result.
Let's certainly hope so. Well, the Russian Heed Army put really enjoy our new home kit, so if you're listening from Russia, let us know. Nathan Carrick has put come on Gateshead, and Ansky Fields put even and all listening from Bolton, how are the Heed. Well, it's perfect conditions tonight. I bet you wish it was like this all season. It's just nice and cooled off, hasn't it?
Oh yeah, it's lovely, to be honest. The pitch is looking good, bar the far end to the left where it's been relayed, but other than that, it's perfect conditions for a good football match. Yeah,
you beat me to the punch there. I was just about to say the pitch is in immaculate condition, apart from about 10 yards of it, or 6 yards towards the corner flag. It suffered the tools of having the Little Mix concert here. The pitch has died over that bit. There was concerns this afternoon that the game might not go ahead. Thankfully it has, but I'd imagine, I spoke to the groundsman before the game, in a couple of weeks you'll not even know that was there, but effectively the pitch has died on that bit, hasn't it?
Yeah, obviously it's disappointing, but it's not going to concern anybody. Obviously that little corner of the pitch, not like it's in the middle of the pitch, so again it'll be a good game. Yeah, and it looks like Gateshead are going to be shooting from right to left. I think they've had the coin toss. I think they did that when we were talking about the dead pitch. But yes, they are shooting from right to left, and this is the first home game of the new National League season. Gateshead are already off to a winning start. What can they do against high spending Salford? We'll find out in the next 90 minutes. And Michael Purcell has put come on Salford, prediction 3-1. Well, I hope it is that for you, but I think we'll be hoping for a different scoreline here. Got some Salford fans listen to the podcast as well.
Yes, so you're welcome to message us if you are of the Salford persuasion. As the ball is kicked off and it's played all the way back to Robbie Tinkler, who's closed down, and the balls went all the way back to Ainsley Pears. When I seen the team sheet on Saturday, that was probably the position that I found the hardest to pick. Do you go between Bowden and Pears, who've got two fantastic young goalkeepers, so that was probably the biggest headache, I think, for the gaffer.
Yeah, I think it was. Obviously Fods has been fantastic all pre-season. Obviously no one's come in this pre-season, they're just Fods, and he's been fantastic. But Ainsley come in, and obviously a lot of people will be saying he's the next best thing around, and obviously he showed it on Saturday with a superb performance.
Well, you haven't missed anything there where we were talking about goalkeepers. The ball was popped there by the seams of it, or it wasn't fully inflated, so we've just had a change of ball there, and the referee's just going over with Pears to tell him where to take the free kick from.
It's a kit man not doing his job again.
Yeah. Well, he's let him do a drop ball. He's going to kick it off now, and lots of people messaging in. Thank you very much for sending. I think we've got Dad and Olivia listening from Hebben, who are the Heed. And Gateshead have won a throw in on the far side level with the corner of the box. Cameron Skalkeld finds Greg Ollie. Ollie back to Skalkeld. Can he get a cross in? He's closed down. He's still got the ball. Gets a low cross in, and Liam Hogan puts it out for a corner. Sorry, it wasn't Hogan. It was number 8, which is Lewis Maynard. And Gateshead have an early corner here. JJ O'Donnell is going over to take it. Looks a good crowd here tonight as well, as you will see. It's filled up even more since kick-off. It's JJ O'Donnell on the far side of the pitch to take a in-swinging corner. As he crosses it in towards the front post, Armstrong tries to connect to it, but it's cleared, and Gateshead are going to be able to keep it in. Greg Ollie, well, no, he's went out for a Gateshead throw in before he kicked it, so it's halfway inside the Salford pitch on the far side. And it was Gaffney that cleared that ball off Armstrong's foot. Skalkeld to take the throw in. Finds Greg Ollie. It's just played a little bit too far in front of him, and that's going to go out for a goal kick. And Chris Neal is putting the ball down, ready to take this goal kick here. Has this been one of the games that you were looking for in the fixtures when they came out?
Yeah, it was actually. I think you wanted to be playing against the top teams at the start of the season, especially in Salford. But obviously, I get my chance when you go and play my way, so it's not too bad.
Well, the ball was kicked out there, and Salford have it and play it out to their right back. I'm going to get his name in a second to make sure which one it is. It is Wiseman on the ball, looking forward. He has Walker in front of him. He doesn't use him. Goes on, tried to play the ball in. And, well, Wiseman wins the ball, and it's not, well, here we go. Gaffney with JJ O'Donnell put it out there for a throw in. Still trying to get used to who their players are at first. Do apologies to any Salford listeners there. 1 second, I've only just got the team sheet just before kick-off, so we were trying to work out who's who. I'll get them as the game goes on, so apologies to anyone from Salford. I will give a fair representation of your side as Wiseman has the ball. Goes to the corner of the box, he's still cutting in field, and he's tackled there by Gateshead bring it away. Greg Ollie on the ball on the left hand side. He stops on the halfway line, plays it back to JJ O'Donnell. JJ back to John Mellish. Mellish to Robbie Tinkler in the centre of defence, who plays the ball forward looking for the run of Greg Ollie, and just a little bit too much on it, and that goes straight out for a throw in to Salford, level with the corner of the box. Wiseman with the throw in. JJ O'Donnell heads it on. It goes all the way through to the Gateshead defence, and Tinkler plays it back to Pears. Pears plays it up pitch only as far as Maynard, and finds its way a little bit scrappy at the moment. Danny Whittaker plays it back to, I think it was Carl Peregrini, and it's all the way across to Wiseman on the right hand side. As Wiseman looks up, looks for a blue shirt. He's closed down by Bowden, who makes him play it back to former Gateshead captain Liam Hogan. Plays it on the far side to Torre. Torre plays it forward, finds Adam Rooney. And Adam Rooney trying to play a 1-2 there, but Gateshead mop up. Jack Hunter plays the ball forward, looking for a run of Bowden, and that's going to go straight through. Chris Neal's arms there. Looked like an easy ball to pick up, but he dropped it, but he wasn't under pressure, and he rolls that out to Wiseman, who plays it forward. And Gaffney is offside there. In fact, no, he's given for handball. It's a free kick to Gateshead. It's taken quickly by Mellish to Tinkler. Tinkler plays the ball forward, finds Greg Ollie. Greg Ollie dinks it forward to Armstrong. Armstrong plays it out to the right hand side. Skalkeld brings it down. He's looking for the run of Armstrong. Armstrong's running onto it, and Pellegrini's there just to clear up and plays it up the pitch, but only as far as Tinkler, who plays it forward. Maynard plays it forward for the run of Gaffney, and Pears is there with the box, and is he going to see it out for it? Well, he's going to clear it. He thought there was going to be an extra roll on it to go out for a goal kick there, but safety first. Torrey with the throw in on the far side, halfway inside the Gateshead half. Finds Maynard, back to Torrey. Under pressure from Gateshead, and Gateshead get the ball. As Greg Ollie plays the ball forward. There's Skalkeld even, sorry. There's Nick Horton has the ball, brings it forward, finds Adam Rooney. Rooney cuts inside, plays it to the nose man on the edge of the box, who shoots from distance, and it's deflected straight up in the air. And Gateshead managed to get the ball out as Greg Ollie has the ball on the left hand side. played forward by Tom White. JJ O'Donnell on the left hand side, who's a little bit dispossessed there, and Wiseman's there to clear up, and plays it off JJ O'Donnell, and it's a throw in for Salford right next to the corner flag. A little bit scrappy at the moment, Scott. Hopefully we'll settle down a little bit.
Yeah, it was a positive start. Obviously, got a corner in the first minute, but at the moment it's a bit scrappy. But it'll settle down a bit once the players get used to the pitch and used to each other.
Yeah. Well, if you're just joining us, it's Gateshead 0, Salford City 0. As Jack Hunter clears the ball forward. Oh, sorry, it was Fraser Kerr heads it forward, and was that offside given? Scott Bowden was off, and well, Salford, the big spending team in the league this year, and they're looking for the run of Gaffney, and it's put out for a throw-in on the far side. I was expecting Salford to be a big side. Normally the team that spends all the money goes for a lot of height and physical strength, but they don't look a massive side, do they?
No, they don't look a massive side, but I think they will be dangerous. They're very dangerous from set pieces. Obviously you've got Liam Hogan, obviously used to play against Gaffney, and obviously you've got Rooney as well, who's very experienced. So in a way, I think they'd be very dangerous at set pieces, and hopefully we can handle it.
Yeah. Well, at the moment we've been able to keep them at bay, and they have a throw-in on the far side to Maynard, back to Torrey. Torrey dinks the ball forward, Rooney finds Fraser Kerr, who tries to find Bowden, and the ball's headed back, and Armstrong went up there, he won the ball, but it's played back to Chris Neal, the Salford goalkeeper, who ruled it out to Wiseman. Wiseman under pressure from Tom White. Tom White with a fantastic tackle there, but it's only went as far as Walker, and Salford are back in possession with the ball. Danny Whitaker plays it to Peregrini, plays the ball across to the left hand side. He found Horton, who Horton put back to Torrey, and Torrey, was he fouled? He was. Armstrong looked a little bit of a weak one, that didn't it, the decision, but Salford take the ball quickly, and it's across to the right hand side. Wiseman, the right back, on the halfway line. He's looking for a blue shirt. He has to play it all the way back to Liam Hogan, who plays it across the pitch, and there's nobody there, and that's going to go out for a Gateshead throw in there. He thought his left back was going to be there, but he was higher up the pitch in a more attacking role. But thankfully Gateshead have got a throw in here. What can they do from it? Cameron Skelkeld passes it back to Fraser Kerr to take the throw in. This ball's played forward to Armstrong, who's battling with two players around him, and he wins a corner for his efforts. Gateshead's second corner of the game. Well, in pre-season we looked dangerous from set pieces. Let's hope that carries on into the actual season. Yeah,
I hope so. Obviously last season we weren't that dangerous. We had a big squad. We weren't that dangerous from set pieces, to be honest, but this year it's come along. Obviously you've got Fraser, Luke, even Tinks. Even Tinks is the smallest, but he does get ahead in it.
It's JJ O'Donnell. He's going to take this corner again from the far side. He's got a lot more height on it, this one, and Armstrong went up, but it's been cleared only as far as Tom White. Tom White plays it back to John Mellish, plays it out to Greg Ollie, who's having to keep this in just in front of the Salford dugout. Back to John Mellish inside the Gateshead half, who's looking forward. He's under pressure, but he plays the ball forward, and that's only going to get as far as the left back Torrey, who heads the ball forward. Norton plays it to 1-2 with Gaffney, and Gaffney's running back onto it on the edge of the box on the far side. And that's great defending by Cameron Selkeld, made him go back on himself as Torrey across the ball in. It's a deep one, and it's again. Greg Ollie didn't get up there, and Adam Rooney has scored for Salford there. Look, that seemed to go in slow motion, that, didn't it? A little bit of confusion there amongst the defence, but it's 1-0 to Salford City there, and Torrey had all the time in the world to put that one in. It was a deep one, and Gateshead defence didn't get off the ground, did they?
No, not really. I think it's obviously great defending by Cameron in the first place, but obviously Torrey at left back had a lot of time to pick up the cross, and I just think obviously the organisation at the back then wasn't the best. Obviously with Greg Ollie at the back close to 6 yards, jumping in with who scored? Gaffney or Rooney?
I think it was Rooney, yeah.
Yeah, with Rooney, obviously there's a big height difference between them two, so So it's 1-0 to Salford.
Yeah, and we've had a message from Arvid. He's sitting in a bar in Burnham listening to us. Heed Army. Well, hopefully the scoreline will get better for us. And Purcell has put get in Rooney, Gaffney for the next goal, please. Also as well, let us know where you're listening from in the world. We'd love to hear from you. But at this moment in time, it's Salford 1, Gateshead 0. And we're into the 13th minute. Rooney plays the ball down. If it was Danny Whittaker that's on it, is a hold in 1 second. I find out it's Whittaker. Whittaker's twisting and turning, but he dispossessed himself and fell over as Bowden tries to keep the ball, and he's dispossessed. Liam Hogan lays it off. Wiseman on the right hand side here in front of the Salford dugout plays the ball forward, looking for the run of Rooney, who is not going to get there, and it goes out for a goal kick to Gateshead. Well, hopefully that doesn't take the wind out our sails. Try and get ourselves back into the game, and because I think that was really Salford's first effort, wasn't it? I mean, I know we haven't had one on target ourselves, but we've had a few corners.
Yeah, obviously they're going to, in doing this game, they're going to have a lot more ball and a lot more possession. Obviously the first shot and the first goal, to be honest, but hopefully that's not the case for the rest of the game. It'll be more organised. Obviously when you're going to play against teams like this all year, with a young squad we've got to be more organised and more vocally, so hopefully just a one-off.
Yeah, hopefully, but Gateshead have a throw in about 10 yards inside the Salford half on the far side of the pitch. Bowden receives the ball, tries to turn. Was he fouled? He was, and it's a free kick about 40 yards out. So we were just talking about set pieces there before. We'll see what can happen here, and it looks like Tom White is going to be the man that's going to take this one here. It's taken quickly out to Greg Ollie on the far side, and he crosses the ball in, and it's going to go straight to a blue shirt, but Robbie Tinkler's there, plays it back to Mellish on the halfway line. Every Gator player inside the Salford half as JJ O'Donnell brings it down the left hand side, but just didn't get the control, but still win a throw in. And JJ's looking for a white shirt. He still hasn't got one yet showing. So he finds Jack Hunter, and that's JJ put it in, but it's a bit of a wasted ball, and Lewis Neal picks that up and rolls it out to Torrey, the left back, who's going forward with the ball. Plays it back to Pagrini, who plays it across the pitch to captain Liam Hogan. And it comes all the way out to Wiseman on the right hand side, back to Hogan. Salford using their experience, just slowing the ball down. John Mellish heads the ball out for a throw in to Salford, just in front of the Gateshead dugout. Yeah, wise stuff by Salford there, just slowing it down after the goal.
Yeah, I think we just need to pick it up a little bit more. I think we're sitting off a little bit. Obviously when defensively we're a little bit deep, but when we're going to go forward, and we need the likes of like Tom White and not Greg Ollie just to break the lines, to be honest, and try and help Bowes and Armstrong up front. Yeah,
I think it's fair to say we've been rattled a little bit by that goal. A few of the passes have went astray, but Rooney's got the ball on the edge of the box. Sorry, it was Gaffney. Plays it out to Maynard. Torrey passes it out to Norton. Norton's going to cross the ball in, and that's straight into Pear's hands. But I was saying before that move, rattled us a little bit. I think we just need to concentrate and slow the ball down a little bit. It's not a hot potato.
Yeah, I think obviously it's the first time this year, and obviously don't know, it's only 2 games. It's the first time that we've gone behind, so just to see now the character of these boys I've got now to come back from a goal behind, obviously to keep ourselves in the game.
Yeah. Jack Hunter plays it back to John Mellish, who pumps the ball forward, and I think Armstrong might be offside, yes, and it's a free kick to Salford. So there's quite a few new players on the pitch here making their home debut. Jack Hunter, former Newcastle United youngster. We've got also Greg Ollie making his home debut as well, former Hull City player. Cameron Skelkeld, he was with Halifax last year. Sorry, not getting mixed up with Connor Thompson, he was at Carlisle last year. So lots of players with experience of playing at Football League clubs. Maybe a little bit light on the experience of first team games, but they're going to learn on the fly here at Gateshead as Robbie Tinkler brings the ball down, plays the ball forward. Isn't going to find a white shirt as Pagrini plays the ball forward. And that was a great header by the captain Tinkler, but Greg Ollie brings the ball forward. Sorry, it was Tom White. Tom White plays out to Skalkeld. Skalkeld on the right wing. He's going forward. He's got Tory in front of him. Can he get past him? He's still got the ball. Cuts inside, looking for a white shirt. He's found Jack Hunter. Jack Hunter back out to Skalkeld. Skalkeld's got Ollie for company. He uses him. It's back to Tom White. Back to Ollie. Skalkeld back to Ollie. Ollie's got the ball. Can he use it to find somebody? He can. Jack Hunter, who's put under pressure with that ball, and he's been dispossessed as the ball was played out to the right hand side as John Mellish has to pump forward, but keeper Pears is there to clear up and pumps up the pitch and finds JJ O'Donnell, who brings the ball down well, but he's got Maynard for company. Can he beat Maynard? Maynard had his elbows out there and JJ was judged to have fouled him. That's an interesting one. I thought there was an elbow up there by Maynard and JJ battled back and was judged to have fouled Maynard. Well, Rachel MacDonald is listening from Scotland at the moment. She's on holiday up there. Liam Hogan receives the ball. He's looking forward. Wiseman, right back, plays the ball forward, looking for the run of Gaffney. Gaffney heads it down to find Rooney. Rooney got it stuck underneath his feet there, but he's still got it, and it's played out to Norton. Norton's got Tory on the overlap. He uses him. Can Tory put it in? He's run a throw in there. It come off Fraser Kerr, and yes, they're looking a little bit more composed going forward now. Salford. That was a lovely little knockdown from Gaffney to Rooney. They've got a bit of understanding there already. Two experienced players. Yeah,
it just shows the experience they have. I know, working together, they both play at a high level of football, and it shows that they can play off each other, and they're going to cause us problems. Yeah, as
Tory takes the throw in, finds Whittaker. Whittaker ran into Skalkeld and Ollie. Tory's still got the ball, and Ollie puts it out for another throw in to Salford. Remember, if you're a Salford fan, you can message us. We'll try and give us unbiased commentary as we can. As Tory has the ball on the left hand side, crosses the ball in and wins another throw in. Gateshead having to soak it up a little bit at the moment. As Whittaker on the dead ball line is crossed back, and Pears picks that up. As Kieran Norris listening in my snooze pit in Prudder. Come on, Gateshead. Massive shout out to you guys. Brilliant commentary. Well, that's very nice. Thank you. We'll try our best. I think it's Scott Barrow that ups the game for us.
I think I'm a commentator now, never mind a footballer.
As Tom White brings the ball down, lobs that ball forward to Bowden. Bowden couldn't control it. He's under pressure, and the ball's played all the way back to Lewis Neal, who clears the ball up the pitch. And Robbie Tinkler brings the ball down. He had Rooney trying to put him under pressure there, but he did well, and Tinkler has the ball back. And that was a straight ball there, didn't get through to Jack Hunter. And Wiseman brings the ball over the halfway line on the right hand side. He's got Walker in front of him, but he plays it to Gaffney. Gaffney back to Walker. Walker tried to play a 1-2, but Gaffney didn't make the run, and Gateshead have cleared it up, but only as far as number 6 Pagrini for Salford, who plays it to Tory. Tory is going to give it to Whittaker on the far side there, and it's played through to Gaffney. Gaffney is there. So Rooney dinks the ball out to Walker on the right hand side. JJ O'Donnell's there for him with company. The overlap was Wiseman, but Tom White's there to battle with him when he's come away with the ball, but he's got his back to the other side of the pitch, and it's cleared up the pitch by John Mellish. And Gateshead just need to get a little bit of rub of the green, and they might have got it there. I thought they had Bowden won a ball there, and it looked like Armstrong might have been able to run onto it, but unfortunately not for Gateshead, as Whittaker on the right hand side of the box, and his first touch puts it out for a goal kick to Gateshead. Well, that would have been a nice little run onto the goalkeeper there if that ball had went through to Armstrong, wouldn't it?
Yeah, it would have been nice, but I think that's what we've got to try and live off this game. Obviously, little errors from Salford, and when we do get the ball, we've got to try and counter-attack hard. And I think that's where the space is going to open, because obviously two full-backs love going forward. And obviously, if they do lose the ball, I think we can exploit that area.
Yeah, as I say, we've already seen Tory likes to sit a little bit high up, doesn't he? He's more of an attacking wing back than a left back at the moment, so who knows if Gateshead can get some proven balls in and behind and exploit those flanks like they did in pre-season in games that we've seen. It'll make life dangerous for Salford. But Wiseman carries the ball over the halfway line. He's got Walker in front of him. Gaffney, who's on the corner of the box, he's got the ball, plays it out to Walker. He's got JJ O'Donnell for company, but Gaffney gets the ball, tries to play it back to Walker, and that was John Mellish who cleared it out, but Bowden plays it back to Tom White and plays it to Mellish just in front of the box and plays it back to Pears, who's going to clear it up the pitch. But Gateshead not winning the midfield battle at the moment, where we're either bypassing it or losing out, but Ollie nods the ball down to Skalkeld on the right hand side, just inside the Gateshead box. He crosses the halfway line, he's got space. Can he pass the ball into Ollie? It's dispossessed by Maynard, and Ollie has brought the ball away. He's turned on himself and found Armstrong to Hunter. Hunter puts the ball across looking for Armstrong. JJ O'Donnell under pressure, and Wiseman had to put that out for a corner to Gateshead, and JJ O'Donnell didn't give up there, made life hard for Wiseman.
No, I think that's more like it. I think we need once we get the ball back in the moment where we're not sure what we're going to do, because obviously we're so much under pressure. We don't know what we do. We keep going back, but I think we just need to be a little bit more positive, like we did in that tackle, and we're going to cause them problems if we be a little bit more positive. Yeah.
Well, JJ O'Donnell is the man to take. I think it's the third corner now from the far side. He's going to take it in. It's going to be an in-swinger. The last one got in deep, but it was cleared. Let's see what happens here. He takes it. It's a bit deep, straight into the centre, and Maynard heads that clear. But Greg Ollie is going to keep it in and let it go out for a throw-in. It's went out for a throw-in. As he plays it to JJ O'Donnell, who's still out on the right hand side, crosses it in, and Bowden just couldn't get up, and and that's a bad touch by Walker, and it went back into the Salford box, but Salford clear it as Wiseman on the right hand side. He had Tom White for company, and he plays it into the middle. And while JJ O'Donnell is still there battling, and Bowden's got the ball, but he needs support. He's still got the ball, he's dispossessed, and he's won a throw in. There was a shirt pull there. And this one's about 25 yards out onto the right hand side of the pitch. It's a dangerous area. Scott, I'd imagine if you were on the pitch you would have grabbed the ball for this one.
This is where it hurts when you see things like this, like 25 yards out, free kick. This is where I want to be right now. But
it's perfect for you, this one as well, isn't it?
Oh yeah, it's just obviously with last season me and JJ had competitions of free kicks, and I'm sure that last season.
It looks like JJ's going to take this one. If he scores, I don't think he'll let you forget about it all night, will he?
To be honest, I wouldn't mind, to be honest.
And neither would I at the moment.
I hope he does. I hope he whips in the top corner.
Let's hope so, as JJ O'Donnell stands over it. Greg Ollie's there as well, but it looks like JJ's the man. It's took a bit of slightly longer run up to take this one. And he takes it. It's over the wall, and it's going towards the corner of the top of the goal there, but the goalkeeper has plucked it out the air, but it was on target.
No, it was a great free kick.
It
just lacked a little bit of pace. I think it's a little bit too far out for his little tiny legs.
Yeah. Well, I've seen him in the gym last night. He was working on them legs. Well, Chris Neal, he's ruled the ball out the box. He's dribbling it forward a little bit. He's took the kick there. Ball is headed clear by Fraser Kerr as Armstrong battles with Toria. Toria plays it back to Bagrini, who lashes the ball into the centre of the pitch near the box, and JJ O'Donnell went up for a header and missed it as Adam Rooney plays it to Walker. Walker's closed down by Jack Hunter. Well done by Jack Hunter. He got the ball and he was fouled there. So it's a free kick to Gateshead, about 25 yards out from their own goal, and Captain Tinkler, who is going to take this free kick. He plays it forward looking for Bowden. Bowden beaten in the air by Hogan, but JJ O'Donnell brings the ball down. He's got Walker for company. Plays it back to Tom White. Tom White's got Jack Hunter in the middle, but he goes deep into the box and just a little bit too over the head of Armstrong there. I thought the ball was Hunter there. He was in acres of space, but you could see what he was trying to do.
Yeah, it was a good delivery, but I think the easier ball would have been to Jack Hunter, because he was free with 25 up there on the shot and target, but obviously Tom White's seen it different. But again, we picked up the tempo a little bit more now.
And there's a bad pass back by Hogan there to Chris Neal, and Bowden was in there, but unfortunately didn't get it. But Armstrong has the ball just inside the Salford half. Plays it to Skalkeld, to Hunter. Hunter who's getting more involved in this as this game goes on. Skalkeld has the ball. He's got Ollie for company, but he's driving forward himself. Can he get a cross in? He's won a corner, and that was some good movement there by Skalkeld. Not afraid to run forward with the ball.
This is what I'm saying. Like, if we pick the tempo up, we're going to cause Salford problems. We're going to make mistakes. So, and it's showing. We keep pressurising and we keep playing with a high tempo. But obviously the youngsters we got. We're going to cause problems.
Yeah, the last 5 minutes, as I say, the composure's come back, and we're chasing every ball and making Salford make mistakes, like we've seen from Hogan there, playing the ball back to Chris Neal. But it's a corner again. JJ O'Donnell, I think it's his 4th corner from the far side now. He's had enough practice. He knows where to put it this time. As he puts it in, it's a high, deep one. Armstrong got the ball, but didn't go goalward, and Hogan's going to clear that ball, and it is a throw into Salford. Come off a Gateshead player there, I think came off Hunter. But Hunter's grown into this game, isn't he? He's been a little bit quiet, but the last 5-10 minutes.
Yeah, he's obviously playing a lot more positive going forward. He's picking his passes going forward, where the first 10 minutes he was a little bit hesitant of what to keep going backwards. But at the moment, he's playing the balls a lot more further forward. So
as Gateshead have won a we've won a throw-in, and hang on, the Salford thought they had a throw-in, but it's Gateshead's, and it's level with the corner of the box down here on the left-hand side. Salford are arguing like mad with the referee.
Great decision, Lionel.
Yeah, it was. As JJ O'Donnell takes it quickly to Greg Ollie, who puts it back to JJ O'Donnell, but he wins it back. Tom White has had a bit more time than what he thought there, scuffed that cross in and it's cleared, but Jack Hunter brings the ball down. This is what we want to see from Gateshead, more pressure, and the little ball out there, it would have been beautiful had it worked off, but it was a little flick from Ollie, and maybe it needed a little bit more behind it, but Gateshead have a throw in just on the halfway line. Is it on the halfway line? Nope, it's further forward, as I see Mellish was picking up the ball, but JJ O'Donnell halfway inside Salford half, gives it to Tom White. Tom White finds Mellish in front of the Salford dugout to Jack Hunter, plays it back to Tinkler in his own half. Tinkler under pressure from Rooney, turns, finds Mellish. Mellish plays a lovely little ball to White, who turns and plays the ball forward, and that was nearly through to Bowden, but I fear he might have been offside, but Rooney played a ball through there to Gaffney, and Gaffney was in acres, but the ball was went for a throw-in on the far side. Thankfully it was a poor pass there by Rooney.
Thankfully they broke away in. A little bit dangerous that was, but thankfully Rooney's pass to Gaffney was a little bit too hard.
But seeing Salford giving the referee a little bit of abuse there shows that they're panicked a little bit. They're wanting the game to be slowed down a little bit.
Yeah, obviously they're not used to this. Obviously they were in the North Conference North last year, but once you come in the conference, it's a whole different level. It's probably, like I said, it's one of the hardest leagues to play in, and especially with our team, we're not going to give up. We're going to keep fighting for every ball. We're going to run, to our last breath. So we should keep pressurising them and keep making them mistakes.
Yes, as Bowden brings the ball down, has still got the ball, plays it out to JJ O'Donnell. JJ O'Donnell, he's got an overlap, but he tries to play a ball in. Gateshead win a throw-in, deflected out by Maynard, I think it was there. Tom White picks the ball up, but he's going to leave it to JJ O'Donnell. We've got a listener in America at the moment. Dean Seaver is listening all the way from Atlanta, Georgia. Thank you very much for listening. He has to have it on quiet because he hasn't got any headphones at work. JJ O'Donnell has the ball, wins another throw-in. Salford trying to close down Gateshead on every moment here, but Gateshead still camped out in the Salford half. JJ finds Greg Ollie. Greg Ollie turns, can he keep it in, crosses the ball across, he can, and that's cleared by Pagrini. And Whittaker, not Whittaker, it was Whitehead. Plays the ball out. I've been calling him Whittaker, it's Whitehead, apologies. I imagine Salford people have been going, who the hell's Whittaker, but it's Whitehead.
Whittaker hasn't got no hair, so he should
I
know that.
Apologies to any Salford people there, and also apologies to listeners who've been tweeted in. I didn't realise there had been tweets come in. Mark Quinn has put, "Hi guys, great company. I need the lads just to wait and be patient and hope we can don't get sucker punched. Playoffs, here we come unnoticed." Well, let's see if that happens. Remember, you can tweet us at @heat_army, and apparently Jimmy Neal is in the crowd today. Yeah, so I haven't seen him. Who knows? Maybe get him on at half time, eh?
Yeah, why not?
Yes, but Wiseman brings the ball forward, looking for Gaffney. Gaffney's got the ball. He got in front of Tinkler, but the ball's with Walker. Walker plays the ball forward to Gaffney. Can Gaffney get there? He can. He gets across him, but Robbie Tinkler puts that out for a corner to Salford. Yeah, so apologies to Salford listeners there for the Whittaker gaff. It's Whitehead. I do apologise. It's because I'm glancing down at the team sheet. I need to glance a little bit harder.
I would have felt sorry for the Macclesfield commentary if they had one when they had Whittaker and Whitehead playing together. So
yeah,
that would have been
it would have been
scary one.
As it is Horton who's going to take the corner down here on the right hand side. He slips as he crosses it in, and hit the crossbar there, and that, I think, was that Walker that got the header off there? I think it might have been, or it might have been Rooney. It was Rooney, but I think Pears had it covered, but it was a lightning quick header there.
That's what we're saying. We're only dangerous from set pieces. Not the biggest team, but the experience and the movement in the box just shows that they're going to be dangerous.
They certainly are, and I think we have another tweet come in. Remember, you can tweet us at @Heat_Army. Lots of people retweeting the commentary and the game. Thank you very much. And if you have any questions for Scott at half time, I'm sure he'll oblige you with anything. Right, and Pears just took a goal kick there, and it's Fraser Kerr plays it forward to Tom White, and Greg Ollie even, and he couldn't keep it in, and there's a throw in halfway inside the Salford half on the far side. Well, 33 minutes gone here at Gateshead International Stadium. It's Salford 1, Gateshead 0. It was an Adam Rooney goal. I believe it was his first goal as well for the club in competitive action. As Walker thought the ball was coming to him a little bit quicker than it was, but he managed to get a through ball off towards Gaffney, but it goes straight through to Pears, who's just slowing it down a little bit. The Gateshead fans in fine voice, even though they're 1-0 down at the moment. Will we see another goal in the first half? We've got about 12 minutes remaining. Pellegrini seems to have won everything in the air, and Fraser Kerr picks up the loose ball. Bowden's on the ball, plays it across, looking for JJ O'Donnell, who's a little bit further forward than what he thought, but JJ is going to get across there, just in front of the Salford dugout. With Tom White there for company. Tom White still got the ball, plays it back to John Mellish. John Mellish to Robbie Tinkler in his own half. Tinkler drives forward with the ball over halfway lane and puts the ball out to the left hand side to JJ O'Donnell. Is he going to get there? He is. He's got company there, but he finds Ollie puts it in, and lovely. I thought there was going to be a flick off Armstrong there, and it was cleared by Liam Hogan, and Gateshead have another throw in here, and it's taken quickly to Tom White. Can Tom White get a good cross in there? But there's no white shirt. He drives forward and goes for his shot, and he was slightly off balance, and that goes high and wide over the corner of the goal. Not enough white shirts in the box there when Tom White was on the ball.
No, this is what I'm saying. Like, obviously, there's only Luke and Scott Bowden in the box. I just need one of them to. If Greg's on the left hand side, then trying to create something happen, maybe either Tom or Jack or maybe Cam come off his line to try and add more bodies in the box.
Yeah, as Tory has the ball on the far side, plays the ball forward for the run of Gaffney. Fraser Kerr's there for company, heads it down, he's still got it, and he plays it back up the pitch, and it's a throw into Salford halfway inside the Gateshead half on the far side. There's probably about 100 Salford fans, I would hazard a guess at, on the far side in the away end. So well done to them for making the trip up tonight. But Tory, he's battling with Skalkeld. Skalkeld did well there and held him off, and Fraser Kerr plays the ball up towards Armstrong, who's wrestling with Pellegrini, but he's still got the ball, does well there. Back to Fraser Kerr, out to Skalkeld, plays it to Jack Hunter, and the ball's played forward, and well, unfortunately it didn't get through to a Gateshead player, and John Mellish was there to clear up as it came through towards the Gateshead defence. Plays it out to JJ O'Donnell on the left hand side, who picks the ball up. He's got Walker for company, turns back on himself. Tom White's there, plays it to Robbie Tinkler, who's just in the centre circle, plays the ball forward for a probing ball to Salkeld, who brings it down beautifully and finds Ollie. Ollie plays the ball back to Skalkeld. Can Skalkeld get a shot off? And was he fouled? It's a penalty! Skalkeld was fouled as he was running into the box, and that just showed you the determination we were talking about before, that these young players are just keep going, and he's got a reward for his efforts. And it's a penalty to Gateshead here on 36 minutes.
Like I said to you before, it's, once you put more men forward, like Cam come off his line then to create a bit of space for himself, and then you had the likes of Greg and Tom going forward, Jack sitting, you're creating more bodies going forward. You got 5 or 6 going forward instead of like 2 or 3. So the last 10 minutes we've been fantastic. We've been playing some good football.
We've grown into the game after this conceding, showed good character, but Luke Armstrong's the man to take the penalty kick here. He's up against Chris Neal, who's in a bright green keeper's strip. Referee making sure all the players are outside of the box. Graham Alexander's not exactly happy there in the Salford dugout. The referee is making sure there isn't a toe inside the box here from the Salford defenders. Armstrong steps up and he scores! It's Gateshead 1, Salford City 1.
Gets in there, Lukey boy.
It shows the determination of this side. They looked a little bit rocky after they conceded, but they've grown into it as the half is going on. And just 10 minutes before the half is going to come to a close, Gateshead have got themselves right back in this game. It was Cameron Salkeld that was fouled after a fantastic run into the box. He took a couple of knocks but carried on going, and credit to him, he could have stopped when he got the first initial nudge, but he kept on going, and the referee, you could see, was waiting to put that whistle to his lips once the run pitted out, didn't it?
I thought Cam was superb, come off his line then. You know, it's a new role to him playing wing back. He's never played there before, but I thought he's been growing into the role fantastically since he's played against Livingston. So, but again, great composure by Luke. You know, the grabbing the ball and slotting in the bottom right hand corner, putting the keeper went the wrong way. So yeah, I think it's ever since we've been in this goal, you know, we've stayed the ship for 5 minutes, and then we picked the tempo up, and the shows, like I saying, like the tempo we're going to play at, and we're going to give any team a problem this year.
Well, Whitehead has a free kick on the halfway line. It's going to be Liam Hogan that takes it. There was a foul by Armstrong just where we were talking there, and Hogan on the halfway line. Every player bar himself and the Salford goalkeeper in the half. It's played forward towards, I think that was Gaffney, and he went down very theatrical. It wasn't, it was Pellegrini. But Gator bring the ball forward. Tinkler out to, well, they played it to Ollie, who just got dispossessed, and it went all the way back to Chris Neal, and Luke Armstrong chased him right down there as Gateshead. Skalkel got the ball there, plays it to Tom White. Tom White plays it to Robbie Tinkler and Gateshead half. Salford chasing every ball down here. They want to get back into this game as quickly as possible. As Greg Ollie plays the ball forward to Bowden. Bowden's onside. He's looking for a run. He's got Skalkel on the right hand side. Can he get a cross in? He can. It's low. And Gateshead. Oh! And it was played back towards Lewis Neal, who had to make a save down there in case it was coming back towards him. And it's another corner to Gateshead on the far side. That's the fifth corner coming now, and Gateshead really starting to turn the screw here on Salford City.
Yes, they are, and to me at the moment, I think Salford seem a little bit rattled at the back a little bit. They are, they're not really communicating, and the two centre halves, Liam and Pellegrini, is this. They look at each other, think, whose ball that was. So
if you had to pick a team between the two that wanted half time to come, you would say it was Salford at the moment.
Yeah.
But JJ is going to take another corner, another in-swinger from the far side. Whips it in. It's got a lot of height. It's going straight into the middle there, but Lewis Maynard was there. Tom White's there to pick it out, puts it back out to JJ on the right hand side, who brings the ball down. He's got Gaffney for company, cuts back inside, gets a cross in. It's a lovely cross, and Maynard's there again to clear it, but it falls to Ollie. Ollie's on the ball, plays it out to Skalkeld again, but Gaffney picks that ball up there as Gaffney's still on the ball, brings the ball forward and tries to find a Salford player, but Tinkler was there. Sorry, it's Jack Hunter that cleared it. It was Tinkler even, but Mellish is on the far side with Gaffney for company, and he plays the ball forward, and it's going to go out for a free kick, throw in even to Salford. But it's a very exciting game. We hope that's coming across, and Salford still with the ball. Torrey on the far side plays the ball to Gaffney in the box, who tries to cut down towards the dead ball line, and that was great defending there, and it's been put out for a corner to Salford. No messing about, and it's going to be Walker that goes across to the far side, and I think, is that Greg Ollie that's went down there?
No, that is. No, it is.
Yeah, it's Greg. I think Greg's down there, and physio's coming on to give him some treatment now. Hopefully it's nothing too bad, because he's another one that's growing into this game. So the link will play in midfield.
That's Scott Bowden, isn't it?
It's hard to tell. I think it may be Scott Bowden. Yes, it is. Yeah. So hopefully it's not too bad. He's sat up, and he's just getting the once over. But if you are just joining us, it's the 41 minutes have gone here at Gateshead International Stadium. It's Gateshead 1, Salford 1. Adam Rooney putting Gateshead ahead, but Cameron Skalkeld won a penalty, and Luke Armstrong scoring his second goal of the season, and it seems to have been an inspirational loan signing from Middlesbrough so far for the young lad from the northeast as well. It's a very northeast heavy side this year, peppered with the odd Welshman.
The northeast now.
Well, we're a man down for this corner here as Walker's going to take it from the far side. Well, still yet to be taken. And it's crossed in towards the 6-yard box, and well, it's cleared by Gateshead. Can Tom White clear it out? But there's no white shirt up there, and Wiseman in the centre circle picks it up, passes it to Tory on the left hand side, who pumps the ball forward, as there's still a lot of blue shirts up there in the box, and Hogan nods it forward and cleared by Fraser Kerr there, and Gateshead, and that was a handball by I think that was Walker, but I thought the referee might have played that one on there, but it's a free kick to Gateshead, get to steady the ship a little bit on 42 minutes on the edge of the box. And well, we hoped it was going to be an exciting game, and it is, isn't it?
It's a very exciting game. I'm actually enjoying it. Normally I don't like watching football, but this is fantastic.
Having the mic helps though, doesn't it?
Yeah, I think I definitely found my new profession now.
Well, the ball's played out towards Armstrong on the far side there, and it's still, well, Tom White's picked up the loose ball, plays it back to Tinkler. Tinkler's on his own half, and it's going to go all the way back to the goalkeeper it has, as Pears pumps the ball forward, and I think that's going to go straight out for a goal kick on the far side. Well, hopefully nothing silly in the next few minutes, and it stays the same or even better for Gateshead going into half time, but can have no complaints going in at 1-1. The calibre that we showed to get back into this game is it's been fantastic, and I know we've mentioned it so many times, but for a young squad to be able to dust themselves down from that and bring themselves back into it. But Bowden plays the ball through, and Armstrong's chasing it, and that's went for a goal kick there. But yeah, definitely the composure we showed today is something special, I think.
Yeah, it is. Obviously, you know, we wanted to see when we go 1-0 down how we're going to react and how we, you know, with this young squad. But it hasn't phased us at all. Now, about 5 minutes after the goal, obviously Salford looked very good on the ball, and you know, the composure on the ball was fantastic. But since then, I think Gateshead have upped it up a little bit more. Instead of playing backwards, they're playing a lot of balls forward.
Fantastic tackle by John Mellish there, who plays the ball forward to Bowden. Bowden's under pressure from Hogan. He plays it back to Tom White. Tom White plays it across the pitch, looking for a run of Ollie, and it's this Lewis Maynard, who's had a fantastic game so far. He's been clearing up a load of things in midfield and in defence. But Tom White plays it out to Fraser Kerr on the right hand side, who plays the ball into Jack Hunter. Jack Hunter back to Kerr. Kerr to Tom White. Tom White's got Tinkler there, and he's used him all the way back across to John Mellish. John Mellish is going to drive forward with the ball. Is he going to get across halfway lane? He isn't. He plays the ball forward, looking for the run of Armstrong, but he was about 5 yards offside. A few fans in the stand getting a bit excited there, but I think it was always going to have the flag lifted there. And Clayton Brill signing for the Heed Armstrong, I think everyone would agree with that so far, and I think there's going to be 2 minutes of added on time here. We're in the last minute of the 45 of the first half, but what a first half it's been. Gateshead 1, Salford 1. Fraser Kerr heads the ball clear. Ollie chests it down and then volleys it clear, only as far as Salford defence, and they've put it out for a throw in halfway inside the Gateshead half. But I think the gaffer, he might have been a bit disappointed with the goal we conceded, but he'll be over the moon with the way we got back into this game.
Yeah, I think he'll address that when he get in. Obviously the shape and
there's a ball put forward as Hogan's battling with Bowden, and Bowden's got the ball there. He's got his back to go, but he plays it out to Skalkeld. Skalkeld first time cross. He's got Tom White at the back post, but J.J. O'Donnell's still chasing the ball down with Walker, but Walker brings the ball over the halfway line. He's still got the ball. He's got John Mellish in front of him, who stopped his run. A fantastic tackle by Mellish, and Mellish is still there to close down Wiseman, who passes the ball back to Walker. Lewis Maynard's going to put the ball across to Tory on the left hand side. Skalkeld's there for company, and Skalkeld closed him down, made him play it back to Horton. Horton still on the ball. He's going to play it across to Wiseman. Wiseman's in plenty of space. Can he get a cross in? He can. It's a dangerous cross, but it's cleared by Jack Hunter. Only as far as Whitehead and Horton, on the edge of the box, but it's cleared out. Only as far as Tory. Tory puts a proven ball in, and Rooney gets a header on it. No power. It was directed goalward, and Pears was just there to scoop that out the air, and he's just slowing it down there. Nothing rash from the young goalkeeper who's on loan from Middlesbrough. As Arvid has put, missed the goal, buying a gear, but away the lads. We'll forgive you for that one, Arvid, but I'm sure that beer tastes a little bit sweeter after you found out Gateshead had equalised. Rooney wins the header. Rooney goes through as far to Tinkler, who pumps the ball forward. Pagrini heads the ball clear, and Gateshead have the ball. Bowden shoots from distance, and it was always rising. It wasn't too far away, but Yes, that was a good shot. Off and but just a pity it wasn't on target.
No, again, great link-up play between Greg and Scott Bowden. And I think the three of them have been fantastic. The three of them are, I don't lucky saying, but the link-up play between the three of them has been superb, not just pre-season, but in this game as well.
Yeah, well, I think the Heat Army podcast is going to have to sponsor 3 of them players and dye the hair all different colours, because when they're in amongst it and you can't see the shirt numbers, they look very similar. And Fraser Kerr in there with his blonde locks as he's on the ball. Plays at Jack Hunter, who's under pressure behind him, and he keeps the ball well. Plays back to Tom White and blows it out. Well, the referee blows for half time, and the Tyne Weir stand show their appreciation there. Feeling any fitter than after some of the runs? Are you still blowing?
No, I'm still blowing, to be honest. Obviously, I'm up with my training a little bit. Obviously, 12 minutes, 40 minutes. But they're still, again, harder and harder day by day. But that's what I need. Obviously, I haven't done anything for 4 weeks. I've just been observing the players and, how they're training and that. But my training is picking up now. Hopefully, I'll get myself back on the training ground and get myself ready to go.
Well, the players are back out on the pitch, and Salford have just kicked the ball, and it's kicked off the ball, should I say, and it's went out for a throw indicated down here on the left-hand side. Well, we're going to get a closer look at Cameron Salkeld here in the second half. Gateshead are shooting from left to right. Fraser Kerr with the throw-in. Maynard wins the header over Armstrong, but Tom White tries to bring the ball down in the midfield there, and is dispossessed by Liam Hogan, who plays it out to Wiseman on the right hand side. Plays the ball forward, and John Mellish is there to pick up the ball, who plays a lovely ball to Bowden, but Armstrong's offside, and it's a pity because he thought the initial ball was coming through to him, and he was when the ball went to Bowden, he couldn't do anything but be offside, could he?
No, but again, fantastic. John Mellish read the game, read that pass perfectly, and great pass, but just Luke just couldn't hold his line a little bit. Yeah, and well, Salford took the free kick and played the ball up to Gaffney, who has John Mellish for company. Ball's crossed in, and Tinkler's there to clear it. And see Liam Hogan on the ball, plays it out to Torrey here on the left hand side. Walker, who's come out on the left hand side as well, crosses the ball in. Fraser Kerr's there to clear it.
Salford this half have changed their 2 wingers. I think Walker's come on the left, and Horton's gone on the right, so I think that'll be easier for Walker as he's left-footed.
Yeah. Yeah, he didn't have much joy in the first half, did he?
No, and it's normally like you see Danny Lloyd on the right hand side where he cuts in with his left foot, but I think obviously with him injured, they threw a niggle for his ankle on Saturday. Obviously probably try to put Tom Walker out on the right to try and do the same thing, but it just didn't quite. I don't think it quite worked for Tom, but obviously they just swap round.
Yeah, and got Mike Williamson just walking past there.
Know, yeah, selfish coffee.
Didn't even offer wood, did he?
I know, yeah.
He didn't offer.
Just walked past and smiled.
Well, Lewis Neal
I remember
that. Lewis Neal had to pick up the ball there. It was Bowden was coming in, but he was never in any real danger. And Greeny plays the ball across the pitch to Wiseman on the right hand side for Salford, who pings the ball forward, looking for the run of Gaffney, and that ball is going to go out for a throw into Gateshead halfway inside their own half. And Grace says yes, thank you, she's having a good holiday.
Good. Make sure you get the next home game.
Yes, there's no excuses.
Nope.
Although I can't be in the next home game because it's me stag do. So
is that me?
No commentary, unfortunately.
Doing the commentary on my own.
Yeah. And Neil Pinkerton's put, I extend John's contract already. Obviously about John Mellish there. Well, he's had a good game so far. I think he's definitely a player that other clubs will be monitoring, because he's a young lad and you can see him developing game by game. As Salford have the ball, it's passed to Walker on the left hand side. He's got Skalkel coming in, but the cross was deep and too far out, and it goes straight out for a throw in. It's kept him throw in to get it on the far side. I was a little bit worried there, because when Walker on the left hand side being left footed, he got acres of space there and just seemed to, I don't know, put too much on that one, didn't he?
I think he got in that cabbage patch in the corner.
Yeah.
So hopefully he keeps running in that cabbage patch and the crosses keep going.
Yes, as I say, we're 4 minutes into the second half. If you are just joining us, Gateshead 1, Salford City 1. here in the National League. And well, Gateshead finding life not too bad at the moment, winning the first game and drawn this game at the moment, but that could all change as Luke Armstrong has the ball on the left hand side, plays the ball in to Tom White, who turns fantastically. He's got white shirts if he needs them, plays the ball to Bowden. Bowden was offside, and he tried to control it and just went off the top of his head behind him, but unfortunately he was already off. And well, we're joined by a regular on the Heat Army podcast. It's Andrew. How are you doing?
Not bad, yourself?
Very well, very well. Are you enjoying the game?
It's an entertainment game for the neutral, I would say that.
It's an entertaining game for a Gateshead fan as well. A little bit shaky at first when we went behind, but definitely growing into the game.
Oh, 100%. I think first 20 minutes we're kind of just easing ourselves into it, but I think once they actually scored their goal, I think we turned on.
Had a rocky couple of minutes there. There was one or two passes went astray, a little bit of a panic, but as you say, but for me, there's a couple of players like Salkeld and Jack Hunter have really grown into the game.
You still can't pronounce his name, can you?
Was it Salkeld? What that's it? Well, yeah, you know, pronunciation's not my strong point. God knows what some of the poor Salford fans have thought of the pronunciation of their players. But Torrey is on the ball here on the left hand side. He's got Walker in front of him. He's used him. He's on the overlap. He's got lots of time and space to cross this one in. And well, they'll say that was great by Jack Hunter there, who cut out the ball and put it out for a corner.
Just a quick word, can I just say how fantastic the attendance is tonight? 1,200 here.
Well, we didn't know that, we hadn't heard that, but it does feel really full in this stand here tonight. Great turnout by Gateshead public today.
Yeah, 98 away fans, but fantastic. Great to see the Gateshead public getting behind the team.
It certainly is. Well, we'll be speaking to Andrew tomorrow on the podcast. Remember, join us at 9 p.m. And well, the ball's crossed in by Walker from the left-hand side, and it's nodded back in by Hogan. And Hunter was there to clear the ball off the line, and it's going to come all the way right in front of the Salford dugout, and Torrey is there to pick up the ball, and he's just put the ball through Salkeld's legs there, and Wiseman back to Torrey in their own half. I think we're getting lots of tweets on our watch is going wild. Actually no, it must be something else that's happening, but the ball's being played forward, and Armstrong's chasing it down with Neil, who's never really going to get there, but he's putting the goalkeeper under pressure as Mellish heads the ball forward. It's picked up by Hunter in midfield on the halfway line, puts it out on the left hand side. Bowden on the ball, plays it back to John Mellish in his own half, back to Hunter. Hunter turns, puts it to Bowden. Bowden dinks the ball forward to Ollie, who tries to head it on, but Wiseman's there, and Wiseman puts it out off Ollie for a Salford throw-in on the far side. Well, I figured out what my watch is vibrating for. It's the notifications from the Gateshead Twitter account. So it wasn't people messaging in, but you can message us at Heat_Army and also on the chat facilities. Hunter plays the ball forward to Bowden. Bowden puts it out to Ollie, and Ollie just couldn't keep it in there. But and Stephen Roberts has put, Steve seems to have these players playing nice football away top of the league beckons. Well, let's not get ahead of ourselves yet. There's a lot of football to be played, but at the moment Gateshead are very much in this game as Bowden chases down Hogan, and the ball goes out for a throw-in on the far side to Salford. Well, the second half has started as the first half ended.
Yes, obviously Salford the first 2-3 minutes they've been switching play, switching flanks regularly, so keep Gateshead players winning. But at the moment we've got the hold of the game again. We're playing some beautiful football again between the three of them, Greg, Luke and Bode. So hopefully this continues.
Well, Tom White did really well there under pressure from Maynard, stood up tall against the experienced midfielder, but the ball's played forward by JJ O'Donnell, and Greg Ollie is offside now. That was very close, very close. From where I was sat there I couldn't tell, but yeah, that was a lovely little ball forward by JJ there.
To me he looked about 2 yards onside, but I'm not a linesman.
The gaffer wasn't happy there. I think the linesman's ears are burning as Chris Neal takes the free kick forward to Gaffney. Gaffney heads it on, and Rooney was pushing on Tinkler there. Tinkler did well, but he wasn't going to get there, and it went all the way through to Ainsley Pears there. Well, we mentioned in the first half about trying to exploit the channels, and maybe the gaffers said the same, because we've been going down the edges there, haven't we?
Yeah, obviously I watched them Saturday, and there were two full-backs for Salford. They were great going forward, not going to lie, but they leave gaps really exposed when they do lose the ball. So, when the likes of Scott Bowden, Greg and Luke, who run the channels perfectly, I think that's where we can exploit.
As JJ O'Donnell put the ball out on the far side there for a throw in, about 10 yards inside the Gateshead half, just in front of the Salford away fans. Well, Joshua Purcell has put decent commentary listening in from Brazil. Well, thanks for the decent commentary, and hopefully you're in Brazil. It's another pin in the map.
Well, worldwide audience.
Yes. As the ball's played back to Chris Neal, who's just put his foot on the ball. He's looking for options, and he's playing it right down the centre of the pitch, looking for Gaffney. Fantastic by John Mellish, who gets behind him and brings the ball away. He's crossed the halfway line. He's in the Gateshead half. Plays it back to Ollie. Ollie back to Mellish. Mellish plays the ball forward. Is Luke Armstrong onside? He is. Can he get there? He has. And was he fouled by? Well, he's given offside about 10 yards away from where he would have ran onto it. So, very strange decision there by the linesman.
That's very strange, because he was 10 yards deeper when he ran across. But
yeah.
He gave it 10 yards. Well, I'm not complaining because they're further up the pitch. But
yeah. Initially, I thought the free kick had been given there for Gateshead.
Yeah, exactly. I thought it was a free kick. But
and we've and Skirfield as well confirmed we've had 1,243 here tonight. Fantastic for the first home game of the season, and they're shown some good football, so hopefully they can come back. As Rooney tried to play a through ball there, but it's intercepted by Gateshead, and Robbie Tinkler plays the ball over to Salkeld. Can he keep it in? He can. He's under pressure from Walker, and was he fouled? No, he was dispossessed as Walker drives forward with the ball, finds Gaffney. Gaffney puts it across the box, and Gateshead managed to bring it away as Ollie on the edge of the box passes the ball forward to Bowden, who is dispossessed by Pagrini. Forgot his name there. Tom White puts the ball out there. Fantastic tackle, and the throw-in's been taken quickly as Aboye Toure gets it back, and it's a throw into Gateshead there. Tom White battling well. Gus Mafuta hands the ball there, former Gateshead player, Fraser Kerr. That's the ball. Throws it forward, looking for Armstrong, who wins the header. And was that a foul? It was, and Gateshead have a free kick 5 yards inside their own half as Lewis Maynard's he's using some classic stalling techniques there. I don't know how long the referee will put up with that, because he did a couple of things before, but it's a free kick to Gateshead just inside their own half. Fraser Kerr, he's left it. Robbie Tinkler, the captain, is coming over to take it. I'm guessing Tinkler's just keeping that armband warm.
I don't know, to be honest. I haven't heard anything. So,
well, we heard that you were going to be captain when you came from Steve Watson on the podcast. So
we'll see anyway. But like I say, it doesn't. If Tinks is doing really well, it doesn't. I don't mind, obviously, him if he wants
Tinkler
to
puts the ball forward as Bowden is chasing the ball down, and the defender Pagrini had to put it out there, and Gateshead have won a throw in just near the corner flag. But that was great pressure from the two forwards running in on the defence.
Yeah, great ball on the line from Tinks again. But it shows, like, again, in the areas where the fullbacks are, and we're chasing them down and creating things.
Greg Ollie has the ball in the corner flag. He finds Tom White. Tom White, can he get a cross in? He takes down the dead ball line. He does, and he's found JJ O'Donnell. But his foot turns, and it's deflected out. JJ with another shot. It was a looping shot. Wasn't much pace on it, and the goalkeeper just plucks it out the air. But he did well to get that shot off. And the ball's being brought forward now by Salford. Played forward to Rooney. Rooney plays it out there. Only finds JJ O'Donnell. Back to Tinkler. Tinkler plays the ball forward. Armstrong. It's Bowden even. Sorry. Who's running the ball down, and Hogan sees it out for a throw-in. But Gateshead not letting Salford breathe here at the moment. And we've got two substitutes warming up. It's Lewis Maloney and Connor Thompson.
Elliot Forbes.
Is it Elliot Forbes, is it?
I can tell by his rascal of a haircut.
Oh, 1 second. As Armstrong was battling in there with the defence, and Chris Neal just plucks it out there and rolls it out to Toure. Toure cuts inside, plays it to. Well, I thought that was a fair tackle by Jack Hunter on Lewis Maynard. And Maynard's making him. He's been in a little bit of argy-bargy, isn't he? He's putting himself about, trying to rattle the young players.
Yeah, but he's putting himself about, but nothing's going to faze Tom White.
Toure puts the ball into the box, and Gaffney managed to bring it down, but he didn't control it that well. and it's been put out for a throw into Salford. Torre picks the ball up to throw it in. It's got Gaffney, he's found him on the edge of the box, who plays the ball across to Maynard to Whitehead, who plays the ball in looking for Rooney, and it goes all the way through to Pears, and gets it standing firm there at the back.
Yeah, great covering by John then, fantastic by John Mellish, getting his body in front of Gaffney and just seeing into Pears. So yeah, again, great defensively.
Yeah, nearly 60 minutes gone here at Gateshead International Stadium, and Wiseman brings the ball forward for Salford on the halfway line over the right hand side. Bowden for company there. So Jack Hunter wins the ball there, did it, and it goes all the way through, but I thought he would have been able to get out of the white shirt. Unfortunately not, as Pellegrini puts the ball forward, and Rooney brings the ball down, didn't control it, and thankfully Robbie Tinkler was there to put that ball out, and that was good defending there by Gateshead, because Rooney looked like he was in acres of space there.
I think they've Salford changed their tactics a little bit now. Obviously they're switching the ball to flank, but they're putting the ball more frequently in the box. They must have the exploiting with Gaffney and Rooney, but it's kind of working for them at the moment. They're causing us a little bit of problems, but Gateshead defence as well. Standing firm.
Wiseman received the ball from Whitehead there on the right hand side. He pumps the ball into the box. Fraser Kerr's there to win the header out as Maynard heads it back, and that's going to go all the way through to the keeper.
Just shows again, it went straight to Liam Hogan, the centre half, and he's put it straight in the box from his own half. So again, I think the tactics have changed for Salford, not this passy stuff anymore. They just put it straight in the box.
I think they're trying to ease up with the pressure from the Gateshead forward line, and the ball's pumped forward there as Pellegrini's won the header only as far as Hunter, who heads it forward headed it towards the box there, and Liam Hogan calmly heads that back there. At first I thought he had misjudged that,
and I thought he did as well.
And Neil now has the ball and is urging his teammates to go further up the pitch. Rooney didn't win the header there as Fraser Kerr headed it forward. Ollie back to Bowden. Bowden puts the ball through. Armstrong would have been offside there as Wiseman goes back to clear up the ball, and I think he's going to play this across the defence. He has all the way to Pellegrini. Torre back to Pellegrini. Crossfield ball to Wiseman on the halfway line, chests the ball down. Fantastic by Greg Ollie there, closed him down, and it's through into Salford just inside the Gateshead half. In the Salford half, sorry.
1,243, 1243, and that includes 98 travelling supporters in Gateshead support.
Fantastic crowd here. You probably heard over the tannoy there. It's a different Gateshead this year, different ownership, different team, but the love and passion's still there, and hopefully we can build on this as a fan base and really start to go places this year on and off the pitch. As Tom White has the ball, plays it to Salkeld, pumps the ball forward looking for the run of Bowden, who puts Pellegrini under pressure, who plays the ball up, and Maynard heads the ball up but doesn't get it far. Whitehead heads the ball down only as far as Hunter. Hunter plays it out to Ollie. Ollie's got the overlap, but he played it on the inside. The overlap was the ball from Salkeld, but Liam Hogan plays the ball forward. Tinkler heads it back. It's Walker to Whitehead. Whitehead plays the ball across the pitch, but J.J. O'Donnell's there, who's had a quiet second half so far, drives forward with the ball. He's got Armstrong for company on the left hand side, so he puts it out to Armstrong, crosses the ball in, and it's cleared by Liam Hogan, and it's a Gateshead throw in halfway inside the Salford half on the far side. They're starting to probe in and around the box again.
Yeah, it's kind of even half so far. I think obviously Salford are causing us problems, but when we get the ball, we're causing them problems. So it's a very entertaining game.
Tom White's won a corner, a throw in, level with the corner of the box as J.J. O'Donnell's going to take this throw in. He's looking for a white shirt. Passes it to Mellish. Mellish cuts inside. Fantastic. He's got space. Can he pick a shirt out? He's cut back in again. He thinks he's Pele. He's shot. And I tell you what, that was a great bit of movement by Mellish there from the defender. He looked more like an attacking midfielder, but Gateshead have won a corner.
I think ever since he's played out a Livingston game, we could call him Maldini, but again, great composure by John Mellish. He's just growing in confidence every game. Like, I talk to him every game, and once he plays with no fear, the boy can go on
it's
incredibly.
It's a beautiful thing to say. We keep saying it's a young side, but they're playing with no fear. As Greg Ollie is going to take the corner from the far side, he puts it in. It's straight in towards the middle, and Jack Hunter tried to get up at the back, and it's going to go straight out for a Salford throw in about 2 yards from the corner flag. And must have been a foul there. I didn't see that. Yeah, well, I didn't see linesman flag. I didn't hear a whistle, but the free kick's been taken by Neil, the goalkeeper. And Gateshead have managed to get the ball after Walker with a clumsy first touch. Tries to pass through. Liam Hogan with a good interception there. At first I thought he wasn't going to get there. The ball's played forward as Adam Rooney up against Fraser Kerr. Gaffney trying to bring it down, and the ball's played through to Tom White, who's driving forward with the ball. He's got Maynard for company, and that was a foul there. And yes, it's a few little niggly things here, and I think Maynard's going to get a warning. He's done a few things off the ball when there's been fouls and things, but it hasn't been that type of game. But he's using his experience to try and rile these young players.
Yeah, he is. He's using his experience very well, but like I said about 5 minutes ago, nothing's going to phase Tom White. He's just going to get up and probably be in his ear, because he's exactly the same in training. Tom, he can give it, and he can take it as well. So
Tinkler with a quick free kick to Kerr, who pumps it into the box. It's cleared by that man Maynard, but only as far as John Mellish, who plays it to Hunter. Hunter turns, he looks across, he's got Salkeld on the right hand side, and he's picked him out. Salkeld's got the ball, he's looking for a white shirt, he's cut inside, he's found Hunter. Hunter plays it out to Tom White. Tom White cuts inside. Is he going to shoot? No, he plays a little beautiful ball to Armstrong. Salkeld, can he shoot? Oh, and it was Greg Ollie that played it back to Salkeld, but Gateshead turning the screw here.
Fantastic football from Gateshead again. A little bit 1-2 between Cam and Ollie, but the football we're playing at the moment is fantastic.
It is, and there's a ball put across there and just a little bit too much on it. But yeah, as I say, if you're going to come here today and you didn't know which team was the team that had all the money and which team had the massive budget cut, you wouldn't be able to tell which team was which. And that has to go, praise for that has to go to Steve Watson and Mickey Cummins and Ben Clark, because they have worked with this young squad something rotten in pre-season, and it's paying dividends so far. Greg Ollie plays the ball back to Mellish, who pumps the ball forward, and Pellegrini, who's been fantastic in defence, but that's a great interception by Armstrong, who plays it out to JJ O'Donnell on the left hand side, who turns back on himself to give himself a little bit of breathing room. Jack Hunter looks up, plays it back to JJ. JJ's got space, crosses the ball in. Unfortunately, it's going to go out for a corner to Gateshead, but that was another good ball in there. And Salford, they're getting it out crook by crook. There's no finesse about it. It's putting it out into safety first.
I think we're just a little bit too quick for him at the moment. We're playing a little bit of 1-2s in a small congested area, and I don't think they're living with us at the moment. Obviously we're playing at a higher tempo, and they're just playing at a low tempo, just putting the ball in, but it's been fantastic. Greg
Ollie puts the ball in. It's a lofted ball, this one, but it went to the edge of the box and it's cleared by Liam Hogan, as John Mellish is going to pick it up on the halfway line on the left hand side. He's looking forward, pumps the ball forward. There's still white shirts up there. Armstrong's underneath it. He wins the header. He's found Salkeld. Can Salkeld beat his man? He's got Torre there. Salkeld takes it down, gets a shot off. Oh! And off the hill. From here, that looked as if it was going to go into the far side of the net, but Armstrong come in, and unfortunately it just went past the post. But Gateshead showing that they are getting very dangerous in the final third.
That sounded like Gary Neville when Chelsea scored against Barcelona in the Champions League.
Oh, don't worry, I went a bit high pitched when you scored that screamer against Bromley. It happens.
No, fantastic again from Cam. I think he's been superb. He's taken his wing back role to
hasn't well. Ollie's on the ball and played it through. And Armstrong's 1-on-1 with the keeper. Can he score? He puts it through. Yeah! Luke Armstrong! He set the time, and we are standing there. Absolute chaos. What a finish! We said it's been coming. Turning the screw, and what composure. That's his third goal of the season, his second goal of the game. Luke Armstrong, the man on loan from Middlesbrough, has put Gateshead 2-1 in front. But Greg Ollie did well there, put a beautiful ball through, and well, when he got into the box, it looked like there was only one finish.
Oh, brilliant, fantastic. Wish I was down there with the boys, but to celebrate with them. But this is fantastic to watch. I can see the gaffer in the box in this technical beaming, was smiling, but this is fantastic to watch. Great pass by Greg Ollie. pass, but Luke again showed unbelievable composure and pull it in the slot in the bottom corner, and well, this is unbelievable. This is class.
That was beautiful, that. And I know you probably think I'm a broken record, but this is a young squad that's only been together for the best part of 4 weeks, and we're playing some beautiful stuff.
Like I said, the oldest player on the pitch is Scott Bowden, 27, and then it's JJ, 26, and all the rest are young lads who got 23, 22. And it's the energy and the passion they show. Like I say, when we scored that goal, and it's not just like 3 or 4. It's the whole team going over and celebrating, and it's fantastic. Well,
I say the Tyne Weir stand there just went absolutely mental, and Gateshead passed the ball forward. Armstrong again trying to get on the ball, and it went through to Neil, who clears the ball. But it's Gateshead 2, Salford 1, and I say, what a start this has been.
Who's him?
And Armstrong is on the other side of the defence. The defence has just got back. He's got Armstrong for company. There's only Ollie in the box at the moment. Bowden's getting there, but the ball's played back to JJ O'Donnell. Gateshead using the ball. Jack Hunter, the former Newcastle United youngster, on the ball. Back to JJ on the left hand side. Can he beat his man? He can't. Well, he's got a cross in there, and he's won a corner. Absolute fantastic stuff from Gateshead. Still driving forward with the ball. And Michael Purcell, the man in Brazil, has put "You are a broken record" in an angry face. Of course, I know you're a Salford fan, but we're a bit excited. But there's still a lot of football to be played here. 20 minutes left. Greg Ollie on the far side, crosses the ball in. Got through to Fraser Kerr, and I thought we might get a deflection there for another corner, but it's a goal kick to Salford. Well, I think we're going to see a substitution here. The former Gateshead man Gus Mafuta is getting stripped to come on. Of course, he joined Salford last summer, after 2 seasons at Gateshead. As Greg Ollie picks up the ball just inside the Gateshead half, plays the ball forward to Bowden. Bowden's running onto it. He's got Liam Hogan battling with him, and Hogan plays it off Bowden, and it is a throw-in to Salford. Well, no surprise that they're going to make a substitution here. They're trying to shore things up, I think, Salford. But it looks like Nick Horton is the man that's going to be replaced.
Obviously, I think Gus will probably go centre midfield, and then I think Whitehead will probably go and play out on the wing.
Well, the ball's nodded back by Torre to Neil, who fantastic throw to Neil here on the left hand side, but fantastically dispossessed there, and that was some great play. And it looks like there was a little bit of afters there by Walker. Nothing too malicious, but they say White is down there, and hopefully he gets back up. He's off the pitch, so
he'd be alright.
Yeah, he's alright. He's just had a little knock there on the hamstring, and
get straight back up.
Yeah, he's a strong lad there. Probably just wasn't expecting that to come in there at the back.
Well, they didn't expect us closing down. Like, and again, great hassling by Tom White. Great drive, energy, and won the ball and got the free kick. So this shows again, like what we've been saying all the commentary. We're closing down. They can't really live with us. This shows.
I'll say a lot of people probably didn't expect this at the beginning of the game, but as I say, there's still football to be played. But if it stays like this, we'll be very happy. What's the tactics now? Got to get into them. That's what he says, as Neil Pinkerton. As Greg Ollie has the ball down the side of the box. He's got Bowden on the ball now. Skalkel for company. He's going to pass back. Tries to get a cross in. Has he won a corner? He has. It's another corner to Gateshead. Clayton Bruce. Can we keep him, please? That must be about Armstrong, of course. But the 2 loan lads are doing well tonight, both on loan from Middlesbrough. Well, JJ O'Donnell's coming over to take this corner. I think it's his 6th or 7th corner of the game.
JJ's delivery's been fantastic there. You just need to get someone across.
Well, he plays it short to Ollie. Ollie plays it back to JJ. JJ lofts the ball in, takes a deflection. Okay. It's another corner. Came off the back of Gus Mafuta.
That's good. Mixing it up.
Yeah, I was just about to say, not doing the same thing, not getting predictable. Of course, having Gus on the pitch, it's another big body in the box for Salford had for clearing balls. And what an amazing feeling, 3,000 kilometres away from the International Stadium, Huay the Heed, and that is from the Russian Heed Army. So we're reaching far and wide tonight, a truly global podcast. So thank you very much for tuning in. But JJ O'Donnell, great ball in, it's cleared there by Maynard. and it's fell to Tom White, who puts it back out to JJ. JJ's got space. Can he get it in? Cuts back in himself. It's a lovely ball in, and it's deep, and it's cleared again, headed out, and Gus Mafuta clears it. But that was beautiful bravery by Hunter there, who gets the ball to Ollie. Finds JJ here, who's found himself on the right hand side. Back to Tom White. Tom White to Hunter. Hunter back out to JJ. He's got Greg Ollie if he needs him. He's got to run in there, but it's back to Hunter in the centre of the pitch. Out to Greg Ollie. Can Greg Ollie whip one in? He does. It's gone out to the far side. Can get off the ground, and Armstrong looked like he had got up there, but it just went past the post. And Gateshead still probing for another goal. Well, Tom White going to pick the loose ball up in the centre circle. Plays it out to Salkeld. Plays it back to Fraser Kerr. Gateshead using the ball at the moment. Plays a ball, probing ball forward. Vittoria picks it up, but Armstrong's there to battle, and he's still got it, and he's turns and dispossessed as Pagrini plays the ball forward. Mellish heads it back towards the centre circle, and Mafuta heads it down on his second control, and Rooney on the ball. Salkeld gets the loose ball. That was there because Rooney didn't control it, and Tinkler pumps the ball forward, but Pagrini's going to be there to pick up the loose ball and maybe play it back to the goalkeeper, or yes, he's played it to Chris Neal.
I think they've changed it up. Salford have got a 4-3-3 with Gus sitting, with Maynard and Whitehead pushing on a little bit forward.
Yeah, I think they're going to be maybe play a little bit more long ball the way they're set up at the moment.
Yeah, Walker's gone back on the right hand side, and they've put Gaffney on the left with Rooney up top on his own, which is to me is a little bit of a strange thing. I probably would have put Rooney.
Hunter. Fantastic ball to Armstrong, who chests it down, who plays a lovely little ball to White, who finds Salkeld. Beautiful passing football from Gateshead. Salkeld still got the ball, cuts inside, lovely turn. Look for the run of Bowden there, but that was lovely stuff from Salkeld. Say 15 minutes remaining here at Gateshead International Stadium. It's Gateshead 2, Salford City 1. As Tory on the ball, plays it down towards Gaffney. Gaffney's got the ball, turns back on himself. Tries to find a player in the middle of the pitch. Maynard's going to pick it up. Maynard passes it to Mafuta, who in turn passed it to Walker, but Walker's dispossessed, and that's fantastic pressing by Gateshead as Bowden has the ball. Jack Hunter even, under pressure from Walker. Played it back to Mellish. Mellish on the left hand side brings the ball forward. Plays a probing ball forward for the run of Bowden, but former captain of Gateshead, Hogan, was there to clear it, but Hunter's on the ball on the halfway line. He's going to play it to Tom White, who's sitting in the centre circle. To Fraser Kerr. Out to Salkeld. A lovely little touch in there to Tom White, and Tom White just cuts back on himself and sent Maynard the wrong way. But Fraser Kerr on the ball finds Salkeld with a lovely little flick. That was beautiful, and he's unlucky. Dispossessed, but he's really putting on the trickery here. He's enjoying himself out there as Rooney brings the ball down there in between two Gateshead defenders. As Whitehead on the ball tries to play the ball into Walker, and it's deflected and pierced as well. I thought he did well to keep that from going out for a corner, but it has, and it's a corner to Salford on the far side. But Salkeld, what's he had in his water bottle at half time?
I think he's been fantastic all game. Like I said, he's growing in confidence every minute. Like I said to you earlier on, this is a new role, but like I said, he's playing with no fear. Like all these youngsters we got, they play with no fear. I think they play with no fear. They get the best out of them, and they're showing with Cam.
And the ball's whipped in from the far side. It's deep, looking for Hogan. Hogan gets the header, and it's straight out for a Gateshead goal kick. Well, Nick McLean's but just tuned in, was panicking, getting no phone signal in the Lake District. Cheers for the commentary. For those of us who can't be there, well, it's an absolute fantastic game, and if you're listening and you are from the northeast, why not get yourselves along? If we play anything like this, you're not going to be disappointed. It's Gateshead 2, Salford City 1 at this moment in time, and I tell you what, Gateshead look good for their lead, but we all know it can change, and if these young lads can keep their concentration, their composure, and also their no fear attitude at this moment in time, there's no reason why they can't go on and get the 3 points. But we'll not get too carried away just yet, as Fraser Kerr goes to pick up the loose ball as Adam Rooney tries to keep it in. And I would imagine Fraser Kerr and Rooney have had battles in the past in the Scottish Premier League when Fraser was playing up there.
I think they have. I think obviously we've been speaking in the last few weeks obviously about Rooney going to Salford, and he said that they've had a few battles. So
yeah, as the ball's played forward by Armstrong, got caught underneath his feet there, and it's went in for a throw into Salford. So Graham Alexander, the Salford goalkeeper, Salford manager even, he's shouting out lots of instructions and fantastic defending by Kerr there to nod that throw-in out for another throw-in. Tory on the ball, plays it to Gaffney. Gaffney's got company there and it's played up the pitch, and I tell you what, Fraser Kerr's been absolutely phenomenal at the back, as everyone has been so far, but I wouldn't like to pick man of the match just yet. It's there's been some fantastic displays out there as Whitehead displays the ball across to Wiseman on the right hand side to Walker. Walker's got JJ for company, who's not letting him breathe, and that's fantastic defending by JJ, and see the ball's played forward by Gateshead, and JJ, that was some good defending there, just stood his ground and made the Salford man play a poor ball, but Salkeld, fantastic turn as he kept that ball in the tackle, plays it forward to Tom White, and Tom White's here on the right hand side, he's plays the ball across the pitch, and it's felt Armstrong's there, just past the post.
Oh my God,
I'm sorry, I think that was Bowden, not Armstrong, but that was fantastic play, and there's a Salford player down there injured, I think it might be...
No, it's not Hogue, I thought it was Hogues, but...
No, I think it might be Maynard, is it? No, it's not Maynard, it's hard to see who it is from here.
The Wiseman.
Wiseman, yeah, he's the player I can't spot, but that was a fantastic bit of play by Bowden there.
Very good again, but fantastic tackle by Cam, put in Whiteley, great delivery by Tom White, and again Bowes has obviously got a little deflection for a corner ball. Tell you what, whoever's picking the spot man of the match tonight is going to be in for a tough time. I'm telling you, it's been I think I've got my man of the match, but
yeah, I've got my. I'm not going to say it just yet because you never know what's going to happen. But I tell you what, I mean, we've got a corner at the end of that bit of play there as well. I mean, we stopped for the injury. The player's still down there, Wiseman, who's had a good game for Salford. He's been involved a hell of a lot going forward for them.
Yes, he has. Obviously, I think he's the one at the two fullbacks who's not like the most creating something, but again, I think our defence, our shape as well is stopping them from creating anything. Just putting the balls in. And obviously, when we do, that was one of our main areas this year where we haven't got a lot of height and stuff like that, but we were concerned about big teams, obviously like Salford, like Dover, Eastleigh. When they do pump balls in the box, how we can defend them. But at the moment, we defend them perfectly. Hopefully it continues for the rest of the game.
Well, a couple of scores from around the National League. Halifax are winning 1-0 home to Barrow. Hartlepool are winning 2-1 at home to Harrogate, and Wrexham 0-0 with Fylde. So a few scores from around the league. But we're about to have a corner here. JJ down here on the right hand side. He's got Greg Ollie there for company. They've dragged a couple of players out the box in case it's a short corner. So we'll see what is going to happen here. As Wiseman is still off the pitch receiving treatment, and it's not going to be a short one, or is it? I thought Tom White was going to come forward there, but JJ whips the ball in. It's going to go for the back post, a little bit too much on it, and unfortunately Armstrong wasn't going to get on that one, and it's a goal kick to Salford, and Wiseman is back on the pitch, and a little bit gingerly as well, may I say. He must have took a hell of a knock there, because he's a big lad. You wouldn't think he'd go down for the hell of it.
I think that was
Hogan. That was Hogan, yeah. So
he's normally a man who never stays down.
Yeah, I think in his whole time at Gateshead I've never seen him stay down. But Walker, and dispossessed by JJ O'Donnell to throw in on the far side. Well, Stephen Roberts has put Loving Barrow on the radio, something to think about after your playing days are done.
I'm thinking about it, to be honest.
Didn't mention me though, did he?
No.
Too many mistakes on name pronunciation.
I'm here to help you.
Yeah. Well, so 12 minutes remaining here at Gateshead International Stadium. Sorry, not 12 minutes, 7 minutes. I'm giving us too much time there. Just been an absolute end-to-end stuff. It's I'm just catching my own breath here. God knows what it's like being a player down there at the moment.
Well, the best thing about this team at the moment, where last year when we were 2-1 up or 1-1 up last year, we never saw a game off.
No,
we were always panicked and
guilty of maybe switching off a little bit, thinking the job was done.
At the moment, we're so composed in the ball, and so hopefully this continues.
There's Tory on the halfway line, is battling with Armstrong. He finds Maynard. Maynard dispossessed by Tom White, and it's a throw into Salford, and Tom White doing in turn what Maynard's been doing all game, just kicking the ball away there and delaying the throw in.
That's Tom White for you. He's like that all the time. He's like in training.
Gaffney on the ball on the left hand side. He's got two Gateshead face for company. He's managed to turn, get down to the dead ball line, crossed it in, and it went right through. And Rooney hits the post. Sorry, it wasn't Rooney. It was Maynard hit the post, and Rooney didn't get a good shot off. But Gateshead managed to clear the ball as Bowden holds the ball up. He's dispossessed by Buggerini, and the ball's headed clear by Jack Hunter. And Salford have the ball just on the halfway line, but Gateshead didn't switch off there. But I tell you that Salford managed to get a shot off quickly, didn't they?
We kind of switched off there. Obviously, Cam and Fraser had obviously Gaffney, but just let him turn. Obviously, great cross by Gaffney, and
I suppose
basically a great strike by Maynard, but hit the post. But again, Jack Hunter's there for the rebound to block it. But I think Salford are picking it up a little bit now.
Well,
the tempo's a little bit. So
it looks like Liam Hogan's return to Gateshead is going to end early. He must be carrying a knock because they're going to make a substitution here. He's going to be replaced by number 19, Mark Shelton. So
he must be going for it. I thought they would have put on obviously like for like defender Nathan Condo.
Yeah, he's took a knock. I think it looks like it could be hamstring or the way he's hobbling there.
It's not nice to see Liam Hogan coming off. Obviously a good friend of mine. Also used to play together at Macclesfield, but it's not nice to see. But hopefully it's nothing serious.
He always served Gateshead very well, and he's getting a good warm round of applause here from the Gateshead faithful. It's a shame. You can tell he's disappointed there, sitting down on the bench. He's getting a handshake from everybody.
It's just nice to see a friend obviously coming off injured, but hopefully it's nothing serious, and he'll be back next week for Salford.
Gaffney chests the ball down there, and I think it's went out for a Gateshead throw-in. Salford throw-in on the far side in the Gateshead half. Well, we'll just have a little look to see if anyone's tweeted us at @Heather_Army. We'd love to know where you're listening from in the world. Things are looking bright at Gateshead FC, says Clayton Bruce, as Tory has the ball in the centre circle, plays it out to Walker, who has Salkeld for company. Salkeld tries to get a foot out and does enough to make enough for Tom White to win the ball.
Superb.
Salkeld wins a fantastic sliding tackle there, and it puts out for a throw in to Tory, and he's been told to take that back. He tried to steal about 10 yards.
Well, again, obviously he got past Cam at the start, but again Tom White great coming round, and then Cam got back with a great tackle. So it shows that if one of us gets beat, the other one comes round and supports. So it shows that we are a team.
Yeah. Well, Bet365 are really loving that Gary Neville's team are getting beat here. Unconfirmed reports that Gary Neville and Co are preparing a £10 million bid to buy Luke Armstrong, and it says that Luke Armstrong scored 3 to Salford's 2 goals this season, which is fantastic. We'll give that a little retweet, but it's still not over here yet. Let's not get too carried away as Gateshead play the ball forward, as Greg Ollie chases down Wiseman, who plays it back to Neil plays it to Pagrini. If I'm apologies if I'm pronouncing his name awful.
I don't think I could pronounce his name, to be honest.
Piagrini,
or it could be another manager like Pellegrini. It could be anything like that.
Well, the ball's played out to the right hand side. It's back to Gaffney. Gaffney lofts a ball in there, and it's a header away by was that Rooney that got the header off there?
No, that was Maynard again,
and that was just past the post. If that had been on target, it would have caused just bother, but it is still Gateshead 2, Salford 1, and we've got 2 minutes remaining here.
Coming in now a little bit. Also, he's sitting off too much. Need to get a little bit higher up the pitch. Also, it's easy to say from the commentary box, but obviously tired legs are in the box. But just need a little bit more organisation to get us up the field, and try and keep the ball a little bit more.
Well, ball's played out to, try to see who that is. I think that's the substitute that came on. No, it's not. It's Walker. No, it's
well
not.
done, JJ O'Donnell.
There's Shelton on the far side. JJ dispossessed
fantastic.
And thought he played it off him for a throw in there, but it didn't. As Gus Mafoot has the ball just near the centre circle. Plays out to Gaffney, who's dropped deep to get this ball. Plays it over, and that's an awful ball, and it's gone out for a throw in. And Gateshead doing enough pressure there to make Salford make some mistakes as they're chasing this game to get back into it.
I said, I think we just need to get a little bit higher at the field, keep our shape, and I think that's really fine.
Yes, Salkeld's taking his time with this throw-in. Just over a minute remaining of normal time here. What a result this will be for Gateshead. What a start of the season after a summer of not knowing what was going to go on under ownership. But Greg Ollie's got the ball. He drives forward. That's beautiful. Can he get across into the box? I think he's going to take his time and not do anything silly. Takes it out to the corner. He's dispossessed, and it's a throw-in to Gateshead there. That's sensible things. We don't want to do anything stupid and give the ball away for the counter.
That's what an experienced player would have done. Got to straighten in the corner, seen it off, but again,
I think when he first beat the defence there, I think he had an idea of going in, but then you seen him quickly think, let's take it towards the corner. And I missed who was man of the match.
Man of the match was Tom White, but I think you could have given it to anybody you could have given it to.
I could have given it to the goal scorer, but for me, it'd be Skalkeld.
Yeah, that was my decision as well.
But we'll have a Heed Army man of the match, and that'll go to Cameron Skalkeld.
We'll have to do a little poll.
I think we will do, but I think we'll do that in future companies. But Skalkeld, to me, he won the penalty, and he's been tenacious in this second half, and he's put a bit of flair on it as well.
Yeah, I think you couldn't. To be honest, I don't think I could have picked anybody, because they've all been fantastic. You know, Cameron, Luke, Tom White, they've all been fantastic. Jack Hunter as well. I think he's been superb as well.
He has, yeah. 4 minutes of added on time here at Gateshead International Stadium, as the ball's played through, and it's going to go all the way through to Chris Neal. As Chris Neal comes out the box, urging his players to go forward as he pumps the ball forward, looking for Gaffney. Gaffney's beaten in the air by Mellish, fantastic, as Armstrong's battling, got the ball, plays it out to Bowden on the left hand side, plays it back to Hunter back to Bowden. Bowden just couldn't control it, and I think that would have been the one where he would have went on the attack on that one.
Yeah, I think just a little bit too much in that pass, but again, great interchange between Jack Hunter and Scott Bowden.
And Stephen Roberts has put his man of the match as Scott Barrow.
Hopefully I get a lot more than this year.
We've talked a good game.
I have. I think this could be my new role, I'm telling you, when I finish. I'm actually kind of enjoying it.
Good stuff. It's addictive, isn't it?
It is, actually, it is. My first did, I was nervous, but this is fantastic.
Well, as I say, we've just looked down at the bench there, and just as that attack broke down, Steve Watson turned around with a big smile on his face. I think it's safe to say he's proud of his boys tonight, as Gateshead win a throw-in on the far side. But a big thank you to everyone that's listened in tonight. As I say, you've told us you're listening in Germany, you're listening in Brazil, you're listening in the United States, all over the UK and Scotland, Plymouth, Lake District, Prudhoe, Eben. We're hitting all of them places. Brazil, yes. So a big thank you to everyone that's listened in. But Torrey picks up the ball, and he's in the Gateshead half, plays it out on the left hand side to Walker. Walker's got Salkeld, and Salkeld threw himself at that one.
Superb.
And he's took his little hobbling up from that one, a little bit of cramp. But I think if there's anyone that deserved to have cramp, it'd be him, because the effort he's put in today.
He's run his absolute socks off.
He has.
For an 18 and 19-year-old lad, he is probably one of the fittest in the team, him and Lewis Maloney.
And one of the most magical things is as well, if you've been on Twitter or Facebook, you'd see that his dad put up a picture of him playing in the Gateshead youth team in the juniors in the Gateshead strip, and then a picture of him as an adult playing for Gateshead. And that's a magical thing to happen, because we've never had that happen ever, because we've never had a youth team since 10 years ago. So to see a product come through and return to the club is absolutely fantastic. It's magical stuff.
Things like ours as fathers, it's priceless. It's see you boys 6-year-old wearing a Gateshead kit, and now he's playing on the stadium, and he's played absolutely fantastic.
I think he was even younger in that picture. I think he was about 13, 14.
He's been fantastic. He's energetic. He's created the first goal. He's created a lot of numerous opportunities there. His energy, superb, and I think his dad will be proud of him tonight.
Well, I think the Gateshead fans are proud of him. I certainly am, as a Gateshead fan. He's just down there receiving treatment. I think the cramp's just getting a little bit of a better of him here. I think we might see a substitution. I think we might see a debut for Tom Devitt coming on as well, the new lad. A big gingerhead defender. We've had one of them before here, James Curtis. So if he's anything like him, he'll go down a storm here at Gateshead. And Cameron, he'll be all right, but I think he's going to come off here as a precaution. But to throw in here to Salford, to Gus Mafuta. Gus Mafuta pumps it forward. There's blue shirts all over in the box as John Mellish heads it clear, only as far as Whitehead, who puts it out to the wing. Back to Whitehead. Whitehead whips the ball in. It's cleared by Robbie Tinkler, only as far as Gus Mafuta. As Gus Mafuta plays it to Torre, and only as far as Salkeld, and Salkeld is going to chase onto that, and Gus Mafuta is going to see that go out for a throw-in. I didn't think the full ball had went out there for a second, and he picked it up, but it's going to be a substitution here, and I think it is going to be Cameron Salkeld. Yes, it is. It's going to be Cameron Salkeld coming off for Tom Devitt, and he's getting a good round of applause. He's our man of the match. He's getting a stand ovation. He's been absolutely fantastic. The lad from Lowfell has done Gateshead proud here tonight.
He's been fantastic. He deserves his round of applause. You know, he's worked his absolute socks off, and again, like I said, he's our man of the match. But again, he couldn't put anybody out. He couldn't pick, because they all been fantastic tonight.
He has. And good luck to Gateshead FC TV on doing the highlights tonight, because I think it's going to be about a 15-minute long show, because there's a lot of things to pick out. It's Maynard on the edge of the box, tries to get a shot off, hit it left-footed, didn't get it clean, and that went about 15 yards wide. And I think that's got to be one of the last passages of play.
So I hope it is, because I don't think I can take this anymore.
I know. What a fantastic display by Steve Watson's men. He's got to be very proud, and he's got to take a lot of the plaudits for this. Him, Mickey Cummins and Ben Clark, they've put a squad here together, and there's a team spirit and drive that you can see there for all to see. As Pears clears the ball up the pitch, Pagrini heads the ball clear as far as Walker. Walker heads it back towards Mafuta. Mafuta heads it again. Hunter gets under it, battles with Maynard, and Ollie puts it over his shoulder, and Armstrong was offside, and you could probably tell by the excitement in my voice I've got a bet for we'll win 3-1.
I think it was just offside.
Just off. But that's surely got to be it, and that's it!
Yeah!
Gateshead have beat the high big money boys of the National League. You can throw money in a team at this level, but you've got to have the drive, the teamwork, and Gateshead had that tonight. It's Gateshead 1, Gateshead 2, Salford 1.
And it's just come on my phone and Google Gateshead 2, Salford 1. So I'm absolutely over the moon as a player. Over the moon. The boys are working their socks off. 2 tough games. We can relax now and enjoy the rest of the week before we play Dover on Saturday.
As a Gateshead fan, I'm at an absolute loss for words, because the summer that we had, there was a bit of turmoil. We didn't know we'd even have a team on the pitch. Then we heard it was a massive budget cut, and we thought, well, what kind of year are we going to have? I know it's only 2 games, but what a start this is to the National League season for these young lads. And we've said it in pre-season, we've said it throughout this game, it looks like there's more to come from these young lads as well.
It is, there's more to come. We got a group of lads we've got is fantastic. You can hear the round of applause the boys again now. It's unbelievable. It's not been heard like last season when we were here last year, only a few times. But this is fantastic to see from the fans. They deserve it. Basically, in my eyes, and also I don't want to be biased because I'm a player, but I thought they fully deserve the result. The boys deserve it. The gaffer deserves it. The whole club and the fans deserve it as well, because we're all in this together this year. Yeah. Not just the players on the pitch, not just the staff. It's the whole club.
Hopefully, you can hear in the background the Gateshead fans are giving a fantastic reception. There's a great atmosphere here at the Gateshead International Stadium today, and normally this type of reception you would put for a cup win, wouldn't you?
Yeah, it was basically, this is the kind of reception when we played Leighton Orient last year. We won 3-2 in extra time, but this is fantastic. Great start to the season. Again, everyone written us off, but like I said, we had a motivational speaker come in before the game against Maidenhead, and he just said, look, the sparring, take it as a boxing match. The sparring's over, which is the pre-season. Now we're in for the fight. Now we've done round 1 and round 2. Now it's round 3 on Saturday against Dover.